Jonathan is with us in Los Angeles. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Mr. Ramsey. Thank you for having me.
Sure. What's up?
I'm going to try to get to the point as fast as I can. I called you back in January about a $1.8 million inheritance, asking you how I should handle that. And you told me how to go slow and take my time and be patient with it, and it was very helpful. But now I'm having another problem, whereas, so basically since then, I bought a house, remodeled it, Airbnb. I'm making a lot of money, about $15,000 a month, gross. About $15,000 a month, and I'm just blowing through that. I have a crazy sex addiction. I'm spending just insane amounts of money, about $10,000 a month, on prostitutes and strip clubs and from therapy, all the above. And I don't know what to do. I've tried everything. I go to Sex Addicts Anonymous. And I want to know what you would do in this situation. I've done well. I spent about half that money on buying the house, and I'm Airbnb-ing it now, and I'm doing well with that. I've done that since then. It's been a long project that I finished, but I don't know what to do about this, how I should handle it, anything else that you would try that I haven't.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. All right. And the inheritance came from who passed away?
So my dad passed away about 2 years ago. He was in a missing plane, and I might be coming into a lot more money because we filed a wrongful death situation. It's a long story.
What about your mom?
My mom, she's out of the picture. They're divorced. I barely talk to her. So she's out of the picture.
Well, I, as you know, Jonathan, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a trained counselor. I have worked with addicts for 30 years because 100% of the addicts end up broke if they don't heal their addiction. And so you are going to destroy your legacy, your dad's legacy, with the money that was left to you, and you're going to destroy all your future dreams that this money represents if you don't get the help and heed the help and fight to win against the addiction. Sex addictions and pornography addictions are the fastest growing addictions in America today. We see that in our offices with financial trouble. People in your situation more than any other addiction. We still see cocaine, we still see, and we don't treat for that, but we end up helping them with their finances. We still see alcohol, but gambling and sex are both just the pornography is gone crazy because of the internet, the access, and it's affecting every part of our lives in good ways and bad ways. But the access in this case is causing excess and gets people in real trouble with gambling, porn, sex addictions. So you named off a couple of the right things, and that's getting in SA, getting in an anonymous group, getting in with a therapist is the second thing I would do. The third thing I would do is it sounds to me like just a guy talking to a young guy, an old guy talking to a young guy, that all of your family structure has gone. It's just you didn't have it with your mom, and then your dad died, and so you're just left without any authority structure as a 20-year-old young guy. There's nobody in your life kind of standing over your shoulder that's going to thump you when you screw up your life.
Yeah,
right?
I do have some family on my dad's side that I'm actually good with, but
they know what's going on.
No, so I had some problems going on like over a year ago. Like aside from this, just and I never, and whenever I tried to get close to them, they were like accuse me, oh, you're just being a victim, this, that, and I never kind of trusted being okay with them. So I just kind of put off the illusion that I'm okay, everything's good, but.
That's fine. So they're no help, is what you're saying. Yeah, okay.
They're no help, but they're good, but they're just they're no help.
Well, I know that all behaviors obviously have psychology involved, and as a person of faith, as a Christian, I also believe behaviors are spiritual. And so to treat something like this only as a psychological thing is usually a half treatment. To treat it only like it's a spiritual thing might very well be a half treatment. But there's something that you're obviously searching for, and there's something that you're missing that's causing you to literally go crazy in this part of your life, right?
Yeah, I think it's like I'm just beyond lonely. I don't know if it's that, but I don't know, honestly.
Yeah. I think that's probably right. That doesn't sound wrong. Yeah, I can resonate with that. I can imagine you being there in that situation. It's amazing. You can be in one of the largest cities in the world and be lonely, but you can be. It's very, very real. So the last component I would add to it, and you're asking me, so you always get my opinion when you're asking me, and that I'm an expert on, my opinion. So what I would tell you to do is find a great church, and we'll help you do that, and sit down and get pastoral counseling to go with your other counseling. Get with some young guys in that church and become friends with some people who have some character, have some integrity, and that are walking a straight line. Not perfect. There isn't any perfect people over there at that church, I can tell you, because churches got people in them, so you can find that out pretty quick. But you will find people that are...
synagogue.
Oh, you're Jewish. Okay, cool. That's perfect. Then let's get with a rabbi, dude. Let's get the spiritual element of this going, because there's an aspect of that goes with this. And if that's your heritage and that's your faith, then wonderful. Because the Talmud has a lot to say about the issues that you're dealing with. A lot. And so, yeah, that's the only thing I know how to tell you to do, because I can't just yell at you, stop it, or you would have already stopped it. I mean, you're a smart guy. You've already realized this is ruining your life. And you know that, I know that. But the nature of an addiction is, and you're finding this from the 12 steps, is that one of the things is you realize you're powerless. And, God has to step in. And I've got to put some structures in my life. And I've got to, figure out, do some careful self-analysis and say, well, loneliness is the issue. So how do I fix loneliness? Well, obviously I'm fixing it inappropriately. And so how do I fix it with more wisdom? And that would be hanging out with good people that are lifting you up. Obviously not hanging out with paid friends, which doesn't work for anybody, whatever version of paid friends you have. And yours is one of the more gross. So, but that's the only thing I know how to tell you. I would make sure I'd really lean into getting a group of people around me that I can trust. And if there's a group of people that are working on a social project that is worthy, and you could get with a bunch of young men doing that, and you had some good guys around you, then that's very important. I've got a group of guys I get with once a month. I was with them last night, as a matter of fact, and I'm 58. That group of guys got all our sons together that are in their 20s the other day, and we all encouraged them, and they all agreed that they need a group of guys. You need what my friend Stephen Mansfield calls a band of brothers in your life to walk with you in these situations. So, I'm just a guy. I don't know how to help you. I'll pray for you. I'll tell you that. And hold on, I'll have Laura pick up. We're going to send you a copy of Mansfield's book. He's got a lot to say about this kind of stuff in that book, Mansfield's Manly Men, or whatever it's called. And it's a good book. And you need some guys around you, dude. That's what I'm thinking. And you need a spiritual walk added as a component to this. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.